Ron Guidry growing up, living in Wilson Park when he had to play in the Bronx. With Landry Messersmith, things like that. John Tonelli did.
That was a rumor. I heard. Yeah, when I worked for UPS, I heard because who knows anything more than
anybody? Rod Stewart. Yeah, well,
the UPS guys.
They also wear shorts for a living.
I wish I could.
I know.
Actually, I did.
There you go. Nick, how's your paper going?
I'll be honest with you guys. Through listening to you this whole time, I have done not nearly enough. I'm close. I'm about a paragraph or two away.
Nice.
This is all about the South Shore sediment. And I know how much the sports fans want to know about erosion on the South Shore.
Well, that's interesting. That is a very thing that matters. If you're ever wondering if something that's not going to matter in life, trust me, we're going to get We're going to get some more storms. They will matter.
It is so funny you said that because I mentioned you in class today, and I think the guy knew who I was talking about. I never said your name, and he never said yours. But I was like, I used to work at the radio station. I don't know the professor's name. I'm sorry. I can't say his name because I just don't remember. But he's like, I think I used to work with a guy. I was on the radio station for years there, and this guy was he was a total history buff. He was a sports guy, but he was total history buff. I'm like, I think I know who you're talking about. So we were talking about like boating and all this kind of stuff on the South Shore, erosion and this and that nonsense. And
his last name's not Watt, is it? There was a guy who was a professor who used to call the show a lot. His name is Mike Watt. He's like the head of some like Long Island Association as well. He's a big
Kevin Law.
No, not that guy. That's the LA guy. Yeah.
Whoa, what did you say, Mike Watt?
Mike Watt. In fact, he had a website called MrLongIsland.com, I believe. I believe that's what he called himself, Mr. Long Island.
Was he a studio recording engineer?
I know what you're talking about. Come on.
What? That's Mike Watt.
Oh.
Euler?
That could be one.
Not Peter Euler. Euler is the man.
Yeah, Euler's the man.
It's actually pronounced Euler. For those German speaking at home.
It's not Euler. He's not German. He's American. For God's sake.
You're the German expert, Chris. So EU is.
My last name is Ornberger. I am the German expert.
Ich bin ein Ornberger. EU.
EULER, something like this.
See,
yes, exactly. That's it.
If you see usually OE, like the keyboardist in the band Journey, Neil Schoen. When you see that OE, that was the umlaut, the two dots over the O. Yes. You can only put an umlaut on A, O, or. It was A or U. Motley Crue did it over the letters. They shouldn't do it, but they put their, it's like. But that's the umlaut, so it makes everything big. To say beautiful is Schön, SCH, umlaut O-N, Schön. Like that's by mir bist du schön. To me, you're beautiful. But that would be, and when they Americanize it or Anglicize it, it became SHOEN. So UE could have been umlaut. But EU generally wouldn't be. It would be UE.
No. That's how. Maybe that's how it's spelled in German.
Yeah, UE is what. Like Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker would have been a German U umlaut CKER, but in anglicized or Americanized, it's UECKER. The Philadelphia Phillies had a third baseman named Rick Shue, and his name was spelled like the German Shoe is SCHUH. His name was spelled that way, which is kind of cool. So I was like, Rick Shue, cool.
You know what's crazy is that there's only one word in English that has accent marks on it that we use consistently.
Beyonce?
That has two marks in it, two of them.
Resume, cliche.
Yeah, that's it. Resume.
Resume has the two. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's not in the alphabet, though. That's the funny thing. Is that
I like phones that, like, my one friend, he's got a son named Seamus, and there's, like, an accent over the E, or the, and his phone, because it's his phone, I guess he uses it so much, automatically puts the accent over the thing.
Is he Irish?
They're orange, though. They're Irish, but they're orange.
I was making a wrestling reference.
Do you know what? I know the wrestler. Yeah, the redhead wrestler. But do you know what orange means?
Orange?
Yes.
They're orange?
They're orange, kid?
Do you know what orange means?
No.
When everyone hears Irish, they assume Catholic, right? That would be the green. Irish Protestants are orange. So there's a big difference when you're talking within Irish people.
So they're Northern Irish.
Well, there's a name for usually they would consider it English. Yeah, exactly. So that's
I'm sorry. I hate to totally change the subject, but you guys hear Steve Summers coming back?
He was on tonight. He was on tonight, and he sounded great.
He sounded great. I was so happy. Good evening to you, and how?
And he had some great lines, some great funny lines, and he's such a treasure. And
he's amazing.
The thing about him that was a lot of guys, and you'll hear it, and especially in the non-paying business that we're in, but someday the three of you will be paid for it. On radio, when a man ages, he loses the timbre or the timbre, depending on how you say it, in his voice. So you can really hear it. If you listen to Imus, he's lost it, and they always have to like modulate heavier and stuff. But there are guys who just
what is it?
If you listen to just guys, Vince Scully has not lost it.
John Sterling.
But if you listen to guys who at a certain age, they lose their timbre. Larry King still has his, though.
Mike Francesa, he's lost.
But he's 64. But just the voice becomes a little weaker and the like. Summers has not lost it. He still has that timbre, the timbre. in his
What about
voice.
John Sterling?
Sterling's just a clown.
Stop it. Sterling is a treasure.
I can't believe a grown man says the things he says. Like, Giancarlo, bada bing, bada. It's like, you're a grown man.
That's what's great about him.
I know.
He's not a play-by-play guy. That's the best part about John Sterling and the Yankees on their radio broadcasts. He's not a play-by-play guy. He's different from everybody else because he's a color guy.
But he
in the play-by-play guy's seat.
But he considers himself to be above it all, to be the top guy. Bow down to him. And it's like he won't let. God forbid Susan. Ever hear the woman trying to make a point? She's got to stop so as not to talk over his calling a pitch.
Because he's a legend.
It's terrible. In radio, there's a give and take.
You know what the good part about Steve Summers being back, Chris? You would like this.
I know all about radio, Chris. I have to sit next to you.
Yeah, but I don't make you stop. I don't glare at you when you talk over me. John Sterling is like, just to get in. Sorry about that.
No. The crazy thing about Steve Summers being back, Chris, is less of Chris Moore.
Which I like. Like that. How about the fact that now, the way to get extra time on the Fan to get a job is to go work for SNY? Because I think I saw John Yastrzemski on SNY the other day, and it's like all these guys who used to be producers on the Fan or update guys now get gigs on SNY. And even Andy Martino has left the Daily News to be on SNY. Ralph Vacchiano left the Daily News to be on.
Yep.
At SNY.
Well, Daily News cut everybody.
They did, yeah, because even today I was reading an article on Newsday.com, and it was Special to Newsday, written by Roger Rubin. Roger Rubin used to be on Daily News and on SNY, and now he's doing freelance work for Newsday. I was like, oh boy.
Oh, man.
Tough business.
What about Wally Matthews? Wasn't he doing something?
Well, he got cut from ESPN New York, yeah.
Wasn't he on... who was the one doing boxing also?
He was always a boxing guy. We had him on our show last when we did the 2017 Radiothon. We had Wally on. He lives up in Oyster Bay. So, yeah, but and that's a guy who he lived high on the hog. He had a job. He was on ESPN Radio, Wally and the Keeg. Yes. He was with the Post. He was with Newsday. He went to ESPN New York, and he lost his job. And he made a good coin, too.
When you say he lives in Oyster Bay, that doesn't mean he lives at Town Hall North.
No, he went to Oyster Bay High School, same as did Ken Rosenthal. Pride of Oyster Bay High School as well. Oyster Bay Bayman? Yeah, Bayman, yeah.
Yeah, good restaurant.
By the way, did anybody watch the Vasily Lomachenko fight?
Who?
Probably Tristan, because it just wasn't a good fight.
And Tony Page.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good.
It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't even competitive.
Is the Preakness this weekend?
The Preakness is this weekend. I'm so excited.
Another thing no one's paying attention to as well.
You know why? Because people don't believe in this horse. They don't believe in Mike Smith and Justify, and they don't get it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm putting money on the fact that everybody's going nuts after this year about Justify after this. I think he's going to win the Preakness outright. I think it's going to be absolutely no contest. I think he's going to blow everybody away this week.
Yeah, well, It depends on the weather too, because that was when the horse won the Derby, it was all about the weather.
We've had bad weather in the Northeast like the past week and a half. I think
that's what I mean.
This weekend's been bad too.
Yeah.
And then I think tomorrow and Saturday it's going to rain.
I'm leaving the Northeast tomorrow.
You'll be in Ohio.
Yeah. You're leaving the Northeast? Where are you going, Mark?
To the Midwest.
Where are you going? To
Ohio.
You're going to Ohio?
Yes.
You know what's big in the big in the middle and round in the ends?
What?
Ohio. What? Ohio.
Right? You know what's crazy though? Every time I tell people I'm going to Ohio, do you know where they automatically think I'm going in?
Where? Cleveland.
Cleveland. Every time. I don't know why.
Hall of Fame. Well, it's not everyone. It's been between LeBron and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recently and the like.
Wait a minute. I thought Canton was the basketball Hall of Fame.
No, football.
No, Canton.
Canton's football.
Canton's football.
Springfield, Massachusetts is the Naismith Hall of Fame.
I tell people I'm going to Ohio, right? So they think I'm going to Cleveland. They start talking about how like one half of Cleveland is like this % Jewish.
Shaker Heights.
Right. And then I tell them, listen, I'm not going to Cleveland. I'm going 4 hours away from Cleveland to Cincinnati.
Oh, you're going to Cincinnati?
Yes.
And they're like, tell Andy Dalton he sucks.
Was he the Red Rifle? What do they call him? Or well, it would be kind of good to go see a game at your sister's graduated from college. That's why you're going out there.
Well, the keynote speaker is the guy who won the Super Bowl this year.
For the Eagles?
Yes.
From Miami, Ohio?
Yes.
Not Ben Roethlisberger.
No.
Though I wonder if he's ever given the address, because he would be controversial given all of his past indiscretions. But
Damon Williams.
That's who they have doing their graduation address?
The keynote, yep.
I mean, who's the last guy they have come out of Miami, Ohio?
Oh, I think NFL? Michael Keaton did something the other day at a graduation end.
Oh, really? Well, see,
yeah.
That's at least something that...
Yeah, it was actually really cool, because he said, I only have two... At the end of the speech, he said, I only have 2 words for you, all of you. I'm Batman. Yeah.
That's nice.
It was really funny.
I'm sorry, I might have got the wrong thing.
They can't have why would you have was it defensive back football player? That's what they're having?
Yeah, the guy in the Eagles.
Oh, my goodness. That's really...
I'm sorry, no, not him. Wrong
They
Eagle.
might get like an honorary degree or something, but...
Sorry, Brandon Brooks.
Not much better.
Guard.
Yeah, not much better. I mean, did Brandon Brooks, was he known for his academics? Like, was he a scholar of some...
Philadelphia guard and Miami. Brandon Brooks will be addressing families on the 179th commencement ceremony.
Let me put it to
They might have had Bill Cosby booked or something.
Oh,
They had to cancel.
Well, let me put it to you this way, guys. Richard Orenberger was not known for his academics in Penn State, but I guarantee you he'll wind up doing a keynote address at some point.
Well, Penn State's a huge university. They'll always get themselves a good... You don't... The speaker is always for the parents. It's kind of funny because... So I graduated Notre Dame in 92. So the class of 90, and that's why I said Bill Cosby, they had Bill Cosby. Now, Bill Cosby was at the top of the world at that time, so forget everything that's happened since, and by since I mean the last couple of years, but he was the number one get for colleges. That's why he has so many honorary degrees everyone's trying to take away from him. So the class of 90 had him. The class of 91 at my alma mater had a woman named Margaret Steinfels. Margaret Steinfels was the editor and publisher of the magazine called Commonweal. Commonweal is the number one Catholic magazine in the country, which explains why no one's ever heard of it, because no one ever. So the 91 class is like, yeah, we're gonna get who? You had Cosby, we're gonna have. What? That kind of stuff. And then 92, which was my class, was the 150th graduating class ever of the university. Was founded in 1842. So 1992 was the sesquicentennial, the 150th class. So we had the sitting president and the guy who had just won a war and looked like he would never lose ever again. His name was George H.W. Bush. So the class of 91's like, they got Cosby, you got the president. We got Margaret Steinfels. What the hell? So yeah, that's how. But if you're a big time university, you gotta. So that's why I was saying Penn State. You gotta get yourself a big guest. That's why I'm a little upset with Miami of Ohio, because it's local boy made good, but he made good for being the member of a team that won a Super Bowl.
You couldn't have the guy who's retiring this year from the House of Representatives to be the keynote
John
speaker?
Kasich or something?
No, the House of Representatives.
Oh, Paul Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't have him. That's
such hot
not Ohio.
now.
Well, did
Paul
Trump
Ryan
win Ohio?
Yes.
He did, right? That was the big thing.
Well, and Cincinnati is more...
no, but if you got a John Kasich, that would be a little bit better. You can't.
But he went to Miami University. Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan did?
Yes.
Oh wow! Well, they'll get once Paul Ryan becomes a figure in the TV world and everything, then he'll be a little
that's
safer.
what happens. As soon as he's not in politics anymore, they love the guy.
Yeah,
like,
he'll become John McCain's the same way, right?